To bend or not to bend? That's the question. When do you not bend your welding rod? I don't bend my rod whenever I'm putting a root in. When you're putting a root in, you got to put a little pressure on that guy, and you need that rod to be stable. I'll show you what happens if you bend your rod while you're putting a root in. See how that's bent? When you go to putting a root in there and you're really pushing on that guy, that rod can float around inside there. You really need to be able to keep it square in all directions. That's why you don't bend it with a root. When would you bend a rod? I always bent my 70-18 or maybe a fill rod. I never bent my hot pass rod, but anything I was filling or capping with, I always bent it. So I bent it kind of like this. Put about a 90, a little less than a 90 degree in there, and then I can adjust my angle real quick. I like to weld there. When I'm running downhill, you get to the side and you need to switch real quick. You drop to one knee, pop it up, and then you're on the bottom. That's why I bend my rod. I always use the Stinger V. There are no slots in here to change the angle, so if you get in a weird spot, you have to bend that rod to adjust your rod angle. Question is, to bend or not to bend? Let us know down in the comments.